What is going on, guys? Esoteric Rider here, and today I want to answer an age-old question that I seem to get asked at least once a month. At least it's not once a week like it used to be when I first bought this bike. And that question is probably one that you have gotten if you ride a metric cruiser or a sport bike or a dual sport adventure or whatever you want to call them. And that is, why didn't you buy a Harley-Davidson? I can't tell you how many times I've been asked this question, and I tend to give the same answer, and it's really a one-word answer. So if somebody right now was to walk up to me and say, Ryder, why didn't you buy a Harley-Davidson? Why did you go with a Honda? And it's a simple answer. I don't know. Why should I? Usually 9 times out of 10 they want me to elaborate, and so I tell them, well, I don't know. Why should I? A motorcycle is a motorcycle. It's got an engine, it's got a transmission, it's got 2 tires and handlebars and mirrors and lights and whole 9 yards and a gas tank. Some of them just look different, but it's still a motorcycle, right? If it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Am I right? I asked that question to other people, not the why didn't you buy a Harley-Davidson one, because there's really no point for me to ask that question to them because I don't ride a Harley-Davidson. And they really give me the same answer, or unless the answer is, I don't know, Harley-Davidsons are stupid, which I don't personally think that. I think Harley-Davidsons are fucking sweet. But the only issue that I got with Harley-Davidsons, at least around here, is that everybody has the same exact one, in the same color, same model, same brand, same year, same everything. Nobody differentiates, and the people who do that actually ride Sportsters, the Street Bods, Softails, Dynas. Hell yeah, power to them. That's, you know, hey, props to you for standing out, because that's why I went and bought this. It stands out, and plus, it's totally badass. To be honest, dude, Harley-Davidson don't make a bike like the Honda Fury. I'm sorry, I'm calling a spade here. Call me biased, but let me know when Harley-Davidson actually releases a bike since 2010. Okay, well, if you want to consider the rocker close to a Honda Fury in looks, yeah, you would be right. You would be right. But I'm talking, let's talk 2016 newer. Let's go with that. See, case in point. That's the bike everybody has around here, and that's why it's for sale. But I digress. So, when I talk about why I didn't decide to go with the Harley-Davidson, one big factor was the price point. And now that I actually am a little more knowledge on motorcycles, their price points, engine sizes, torque, horsepower, whole 9 yards, is that if you look at the price points of them, they're actually not terrible as far as what you're getting on a Harley-Davidson aspect, but they're also not terrible on what you get from a Honda or Yamaha or Suzuki aspect. And it's just really in the matter of what's the budget, and aside from actually what you may be interested in, it's like I said when I first bought this bike, is that this bike wasn't an option, or wouldn't have been an option if it wasn't in the price range. I would have went with another Shadow, but this was in the price range, and here we are on the Fury. You gotta be within your limits, you know. And I did exactly that. And that's another reason why I didn't really, you know, even consider Harley-Davidson, because I just kind of figured that it would be out of my price range, and I wasn't going to get as much bang for my buck like I would with the Fury. That's all I was really comparing it to. I hate when I got my full face on and I ride, and then I somehow get an eyelash stuck in my eye, and it just completely disables my one eye. And yeah, it just drives me nuts. I hate that. But I digress. So another reason that I just don't feel the need to get a Harley-Davidson is because, okay, I've mentioned that price point and a motorcycle's a motorcycle, is because, well, I just don't understand the fad. I understand the history, it's illustrious history, but everybody else has been around as long, if not longer. They're just in a different part of the world. And I understand that leather daddies and neckbeards get all upset that it's not made in America, brother. I wouldn't ride it if it wasn't in America, friend. And yeah, I just don't quite understand that. I respect your patriotism, I really do, but yeah, I'm good. I mean, I'm more than happy to buy an American motorcycle, but I mean, I really don't care where they came from. I really don't care. As long as they look cool and ride cool, that's really all that matters to me, man. You know, that shouldn't really matter where they're from, or, you know, how their place of origin. Yeah, there are a lot of United States veterans that ride metric cruisers, and power to them because they don't really give a shit. And I can't blame them because, like I said, motorcycle's a motorcycle. And there's a lot of people, I mean, I'm sure you might read in comment sections be like, yeah, some of these Harley-Davidsons are badass. Like, my next bike is going to be a Harley-Davidson Street Power or a Softail Standard. It's going to be. I don't know when, don't know how, but nonetheless, that's what it's going to be. And I'll make it happen because I'd love to, you know, have a shorter rake bike just to whip around on, you know, I'll maybe even fuck around and buy a Sportster 883, you know, or a 1200. Those are always fun, but, you know, hey, depends on what I'm feeling when I'm, you know, back in the market. But in case there's any doubt in your mind, don't think for a second that I'm getting rid of this Honda Fury. I will have 2 or 3 motorcycles at one point. Nonetheless, I'm always going to have one, and that one is going to be this Honda Fury. So that's never a question. A lot of people think that I'm going to trade in my Fury for a motorcycle, or I'm sorry, my Fury for a Harley, and I'm like, you're absolutely dead wrong. Said, I am not getting rid of this motorcycle unless it is in ashes on the ground. That's the only way I'm getting rid of this thing. No question about it. So yeah, a lot of people like me, I just don't understand the lore of needing to have a Harley-Davidson as a motorcycle and absolutely no other brand. I completely respect people who are loyal to the brand, who started out on a, you know, a sporty or a street. You know, I completely respect that, and that maybe you've had good experiences with them, no problems, they treat you well, you like how they feel, you know, you're accustomed to it. By all means, hell yeah, that's why I stuck with Honda, because that's what, well, actually I started on a Suzuki, but I went to a Honda because a lot of people said, hey, within my price range when I was buying my second motorcycle, they said go for a Shadow, because I wasn't all too experienced yet, and I've just stuck with Honda ever since, and I recommend people who are getting into motorcycles, mostly Honda, if not Suzuki or Yamaha, and you know, it's really up to them. But if you decide to go with a Harley-Davidson, then hey, by all means. And a wise man once told me that all the same win no matter what kind of motorcycle you ride. Whether it's a scooter, whether it's a moped, whether it's a cruiser, whether it's a chopper, whether it's a tourer, whether it's a track bike, it's all the same wind. It feels the same. What I'm feeling right now, what I'm doing right now, is exactly the same as being on a Harley-Davidson, except I'm just on a motorcycle that's shaped a little different, and, you know, all the curves are the same. It's all the same fun. So am I knocking people who have Harley-Davidsons? Absolutely not. Do I think some of them are ass clowns? Absolutely. But don't get me wrong, there are some people on Hondas, especially these goddamn Fury owners, that are a bunch of ass clowns. I'm just kidding. I haven't met one bad person on a Fury yet, let alone I haven't met anybody else on a Fury yet, at least around here. But I'm a part of these Facebook groups that actually own Honda Furies, and they've been nothing but great. And they give me a, you know, they give me a little shout out in the comment section when I tell them that I'm the Esoteric Rider on YouTube. And they're like, hell yeah, I watch your shit. And I'm like, so shout out to you guys. You guys are what make me get on this bike and get lost on the pavement and just catch the wind and just blabber on into my GoPro and just have a good time, because I absolutely love doing this. This will never be a job to me because I just enjoy it too much. And, you know, I don't care if I get paid, I don't care if I get sponsors, I don't care if I get free shit out of it, but I will forever, ever love doing this right here. Motovlogging, riding in general. I will forever love this with everything that I am. And I never want to stop. I'm glad I chose to do this. I'm sure you feel the same way, whether you're on a Harley-Davidson, whether you're on a Suzuki, whether you are on a Yamaha, Kawasaki, you name it. I'm sure you feel the same way how I feel right now on my Honda Fury, and it's always it's a good time every single time. So I guess that answers I guess that's my answer to, you know, why not Harley-Davidson? Well, I don't know. Why Harley-Davidson? Not saying they're nothing special. Like I said, they got some cold ass bikes, but they're just not the Honda Fury. They're just not it. Am I saying that Harley-Davidson should make a production style chopper? Actually, yeah, a lot of people chop up their old school sporties and dynos and whatnot. They're, you know, they're lowriders and they're their wide glides, and they make them into chops, and man, they are cool. They're cold as hell, man. you know, that's just talking from a chopper point of view. But I mean, people make track bikes and, you know, drag bike. People make drag bikes and track bikes, and they just have a ball with them. But they do the same thing on Hondas, Yamahas, and Suzukis, and that's where I don't necessarily understand where the biasness comes in towards one single brand, because at least with me, I want to be one to, I don't know, try a different brand here and there. I've rode my buddy's Yamaha, his XJ650, and that was a fun as hell bike. That was snappy little cruiser for being an 82. And yeah, it was a fun time, man. I'll tell you that. It was really fun. That's why I think mostly people don't go with Harley-Davidson, is because they just don't feel the need to. They don't either understand the hype, or or it's not in their price point. But either way, one thing we all have in common, whether we ride a Harley-Davidson or not, is we love motorcycles and we love cranking on that throttle. We love the rumble, we love the road, we love the wind. It's all the same. Other than rambling on, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of B-roll footage, and then I'll probably cut my video off. So I'm going to stop talking. Let's enjoy some of this ride. This right here is cruising down the street in my 2.0, grabbing them shifts, burning the dough. Just stop 4-way. I didn't really give them an option. Ooh, we are busy today. Well, while I'm stuck in traffic, I might as well talk to you guys about updates on taking the baffles out. Well, as you can probably hear, I put them back in. So in the beginning, when I actually took them out the day I uploaded the the day before I uploaded the video, I've been riding the bike ever since, and during that time, I know I replied to a comment that asked if there was any low-end torque loss, and in the beginning, no, there wasn't. But as time went on, and I rode it back and forth to work every day, and, you know, around town, I was beginning to notice it slowly, gradually lose torque, and high-end torque was the exact same, but the immediate takeoff to, like, going from neutral into first shift on, you know, a regular ride, I wasn't like pounding it. It was pretty. It was there, but just not there like it normally is. And yeah. Even though there was a pretty big sound difference and whatnot, I think I'll keep the torque and then lose a little bit of the volume, and just kind of deal with that. So, is it worth taking the baffles out? Yeah, if you're not too worried about, you know, your takeoff and whatnot. It's depending on what bike you have it on. If it's not, you know, if you had like a 750 or a 650 or 600, whatever you have these pipes on, and you take the baffles out, I don't think there would be any difference whatsoever. Just with a bigger bike like this, a 1300 or you know, a VT, it didn't have a major difference at the low end torque, but it just kind of gradually. You didn't really notice it at first, but as time went on, you began to notice it more and more. So yeah, I just put mine back in and kept it the way it is. And there's another special reason why I put those back in, and you will see on Instagram first why I put these back in, what is next for the Honda. I think it's a long time coming. It's probably another one of those I probably should have done this sooner, because I probably should have done this sooner. But you guys will see on Instagram first thing, and then probably shortly after the video will be uploaded. I don't know if it'll premiere or just be an instant upload, but that'll probably be next Sunday when the video drops. So everything will be done, and I do plan to build off of that video. So yeah, expect a couple, as a matter of fact, within the upcoming weeks, because they're unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, not very soon, but soon the riding season will come to an end, and then I got to think of something to fill in for the channel every Sunday for the off season of riding, because that's a lovely benefit of living in Michigan, is that you get the lovely 4 months of riding, 6 months of winter. And yeah, that is just the lovely mitten, lake, water, ocean, pontoon, jeeps, hot dogs of Michigan benefits. Yeah, I love this state, but not the weather. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. And then, yeah. So that will wrap up this video, guys. If you enjoyed my little spiel about why not Harley-Davidson or why Harley-Davidson, be sure to leave a like. That lets YouTube know that I'm doing I'm gonna say my job, because this definitely isn't my job, my thing halfway decently to where it's actually entertaining you guys. That's what I want to do. I want to entertain you guys, but I don't want to be over the top. I don't want to be, whoa, what's going on YouTube? Yeah, I'm not like that, as you can tell. I'm pretty straightforward, to the point. I do like to ramble at the same time, so it makes me sound hypocritical, but that's my characteristic, and that's why some people like to tune in and tune out and subscribe to the channel, because they just like me being straightforward and or rambling. One of the two, I don't know, or they just like me for my motorcycle. That's always an option as well. But if you do just like me for my motorcycle, be sure to check out the Instagram at Esoteric Rider, where I post pictures of my motorcycle, this fine specimen of a machine that is my 2020 Honda Fury. And as always, when you ride, be safe and ride free. Peace out.